What's going on, everybody? In this video, I'm gonna be talking about how raw action pretty much just speeds up everything and solves everything. Now, I've seen this play out time and time again. I wanna tell you guys how basically I've been able to utilize this in my own business, in my own sort of career right now, if you will, online business. A lot of you guys are entrepreneurial, a lot of you guys are business owners, a lot of you guys have hopes and dreams to actually run your own business more successfully than it is right now. So I'm gonna be using these key takeaways. I'm gonna be giving you guys this game, and honestly, you'll be able to probably walk away from this video with a solid amount of advice to be able to go land a few clients or just take action in the right direction from somebody who is actively doing this themselves. So first thing I would simply tell you to take the action is to just figure out what you want. Because if you don't have a goal, if you don't know exactly where your point B is at, you'll have no clue where you're at as far as point A wise. So if you want to simply just set a damn goal, all you have to do is just figure out where you want to go. That's it. It doesn't get any easier than that. Now, the unnecessary action comes from simply just taking the daily steps to get there. It doesn't mean you have to do the exact and the right and the correct daily steps 24/7, but it means if you move in the right direction, then you will get there over time. Like, if you just move in the right direction, you will get there over time for sure. That's just how it sort of plays out. And so a lot of people see it and they're like, oh, look, how is this supposed to work out? How is this supposed to line up? How is this supposed to happen? But in reality, you're looking at it the wrong way. The way you should be looking at it is like, if I keep this up, if I keep doing this trend, if I keep taking the daily actions, if I keep doing the cold outreach, I will undeniably get to where I want to be. So a lot of you guys are asking, how do you establish a point B? How do you establish where you want to go? If I were to tell you, and I were to ask you, I would just say, reach for a goal that seems completely unrealistic. It's called a C-type goal. An A-type goal is a goal that we know we can accomplish because we've accomplished it before. It's an A-type goal. So it's not really much of a goal because there's no growth. That's an A-type goal. A B-type goal is a goal that we haven't yet accomplished, but we have the exact steps to actually get there. So let me give you guys a quick example. If you hit 5K a month before, right? An A-type goal would be to hit 5K a month again. Next month, it causes no different thought patterns and it has the exact same thought patterns as you did when you hit 5K a month initially. A B-type goal is hitting 10K a month. So you have the exact steps pretty much on how to hit 10K a month, but it's not as unrealistic as it should be, and it's not even a lofty goal. It's just a goal that you know exactly how to do. Therefore, it doesn't even make it that special. A C-type goal is a goal where you have absolutely no clue how, who, what, and where it's gonna occur or even happen, but you set the bar so high. So if the most you've ever made was 5K in a month, a C-type goal would be 100K a month. Now, if I were to tell you to go from 5 to 100K a month, you would probably have no clue where to even go. Now, I've seen this happen in people's lives before. I know people who have literally gone from 0 to 100K a month in 45 days. If you don't believe me, go look up DeAndre Saxton. He's here on YouTube. He teaches a lot of this stuff. I'm actually in one of his programs. So what I want you guys to understand here is that if you don't set a lofty goal, you can't take excessive action to get there. So my C-type goal, and I have no issue sharing this at all, is to get to $76,000 in monthly recurring revenue quickly. And I actually have a time frame in 90 days. That's gonna happen for sure. And I know for a fact I'm gonna be documenting the process on it. And obviously, another one of my goals is to have, like I said before in the other videos, is kind of a side goal, just to have a $2,000 daily business at minimum. So that's a lofty goal that I kind of have no damn clue how I'm gonna achieve. But at the same time, I know it's not far off. Like, I've had the days where you make $2,000, I've had the days where you make $4,000, I've had days where I make $5,000. But I don't know exactly how to make it that consistent. And so when you have a C-type goal and when you take the excessive action towards it, guess what happens? There's this concept called the bridge of incidence that occurs in your life when you start moving in the right direction of your goal. And so I've experienced this plenty of times in my life where people have came in at certain times or events, or it's literally just incidents that occur repeatedly when you take the excessive action towards your C-type goal. So I encourage you guys all right now to come up with a C-type goal. And it can't be something like, I'm gonna be a billionaire in 40 days. That's just like That's just stupid. Like, that's not gonna happen, obviously. That's just not gonna happen. No one's gonna become a billionaire in 40 days. Like, let's be real here. A C-type goal is not meant to be a goal that is just like stupidly unrealistic. It's meant to be a goal that seems unrealistic, but is obviously within your own potential. So I'd tell you a lofty C-type goal, a very excessive C-type goal would be like, if you've only hit $10,000 a month to, have a C-type goal where you make $100,000 a month, or I don't know, maybe $200,000 a month, like something like that. You never want it to be that close to what you've actually made. Now, the reason why my lofty goal is to make $76,000 a month recurring revenue is because that's MRR. That's every single month. I know exactly what I'm getting if I deliver on my clients and everything goes accordingly, and obviously churn and stuff like that. But that's besides the point. The point of this video is to tell you guys that if you don't take the excessive action daily, then you will never get there. And you're just failing and falling behind because you simply know what you have to do. You just don't want to do it. And that's all it comes down to. Like, I know exactly what I have to do every single day. Record this YouTube video, record another YouTube video, send it over to my guys to get the thumbnail. I know I have to do some cold outreach. I know I have to run paid ad creatives. I know I have to tweak my landing page. I know I have to optimize it for conversions. I know I have to make sure it performs over 10% every single day. I know I have to call up leads every single day. I know I have to manage clients every single day. I know I have to do onboarding calls almost every single day for a new client. I know I have to manage. So there's so many different things I know I have to do, but that's just working on the business. Now, this bridge of incidents happens when you take the excessive action to try and grow the business. So for me, let me give you guys a quick example. If I'm trying to move towards $76,000 in monthly recurring revenue, and I'm trying to take the most excessive action I possibly can, I'm gonna do stuff that is completely out of the norm. It's like literally scripting, editing, and publishing 10 ad creatives a week, or 20 ad creatives a week. That is a lot. That's a lot of testing. But that's the excessive action that I'm talking about. And when you take that excessive action, every action has an opposite or equal reaction. So will those 10 ad creatives work? I don't know. Will those 30 ad creatives work? I don't know. But what am I showing the field, essentially? I'm showing the field, the area around me. I'm showing kind of the universe, if you will, that I'm taking the daily action and that I'm actually doing the shit. Like, I'm putting myself out there and spending money on paid advertisement. And so that kind of shows the field, if you will, that this guy's putting in action. And so now for every action that he's doing, there has to be an opposite and equal reaction. And so something might occur to where something in the bridge of incidents might happen where, I'll meet this guy right here. And then he'll have a really helpful insight that I didn't understand before. Then I come in and tweak that in the next ad copy. And then the next ad actually starts popping off. And then I really start getting a lot of views to my landing page. And then I start getting a client coming in from YouTube or something. Like, the bridge of incidents is something that I can't explain. It's just something that happens. You've probably experienced it in your life, but it's a byproduct of taking the excessive action. If the bridge of incidents is occurring in your life, in other words, if things are lining up as they should, and if you can start to see things kind of falling into place, and very weird coincidences happen that you claim are just kind of, whatever, that's the bridge of incidents. A lot of you guys have experienced that. And if you're experiencing that, that means you're on the right track. It means you're taking the excessive action. And I'm only speaking from my own personal results. I'm only speaking from my own personal experiences. I'm only speaking from stuff that I've actually done, things that have happened. Like, I've had people, to give you guys a very clear example, I was struggling for ads for a very long time. And I was like ready to throw in the towel. I had split tests, so many different ad creators. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was still kind of new to the space. And bro, I was struggling with ads, right? And then at the 11th hour, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is just like excruciatingly hard. Sergio, he runs a marketing agency. He lives in Florida. I think he's traveling around the world right now, but we sort of got in contact again, or we got into contact via Instagram. I'm not exactly sure how it worked, but he popped into my life. And it just so happened that he knew so much about paid ads, and I knew so much about cold outreach because I was doing that for months prior on LinkedIn, on IG. And so I said, hey, look, dude, let's just like exchange game for game, because we're both hustling this stuff. We're both making some money, making some pretty good money. How about we just kind of mastermind this shit? He goes, bet. So I remember we hopped on, I think a Zoom call or FaceTime call, and I helped him with cold outreach on LinkedIn, some opener lines, showed him kind of how to do it. But then for paid ads, he looked over all my paid ads. He actually ran my paid ads, and the rest was history. And he still obviously looks over my paid ads and such. But that is one correlation and one example of the bridge of incidents that has occurred in my life. A time where I was really struggling with paid ads, a time where I was really struggling to get to the next level, and something, and in this case, someone popped up in my life who was right there to help me out, who knew exactly what to do, who was very familiar with paid ads, and who helped me right then and there. That's the bridge of incidents. And that's what you guys, I feel like a lot of you guys don't understand that, because you think that like you're gonna do it all yourself. Like this journey, where I'm at right now, is due to the accumulation of people's opinions, thoughts, and actions along with mine in a negative feedback loop that has got me to the position and that is getting me to a better position each day. So I already talked about this in my last video, how business, when you take action, it's an excessive negative feedback loop. You're going to get events that occur in your life, that occur alongside the track of business that are constantly negative. So it's like a heat-seeking missile. A heat-seeking missile is negatively corrected on course because it goes away, then it's not there, then it's negatively corrected because it gets off course, then it's negatively corrected in the right direction on the course. So the same thing with this entrepreneurial journey. And again, I'm just speaking from experience. This is only stuff that I have experienced. This is only stuff that I have sort of went through. I'm not talking on my ass here. I just gave you guys a solid example. So I want you guys to know that this stuff is like happening each day to people. And it can happen to you each day. But like everything, like the raw truth of excessive action is that if you try to brute force your way through it, it'll never work. But if you take a deep breath, you check for a different angle, you will almost always find something 10 times easier. Now let me give you guys a quick story. I've already talked about this on the channel a little bit, but this really helps people understand. This helps my clients understand. This helps people who I talk to on the phone, with sales calls and stuff. It's a super, super, super interesting story, all right? This comes from U Squared. Go pick it up. Book's like 30 pages. You should go read it. It goes like this. This guy's at an inn, and he's sitting down on a chair, and the screen is closed on the door, but the door is open, so there's just a screen, right? And so, or it's a window or something like that. Here's a fly buzzing super loud and slamming its freaking body against the screen, just zzz, you know what I mean? Where that freaking fly is just going back and forth, trying to hit through the screen, trying to go through the screen, trying to go through the screen. And the video pans to the left, about 10 feet, and the door is wide open. There's a wide open door. And so it's like, the fly, which is us, is trying so damn hard for this shit to work. This little angle, I gotta make this specific creative work. I gotta make this specific landing page work. This cold outreach method has to work. This cold email strategy has to work. This paid ad strategy has to work. You know, this content strategy has to work. This client acquisition strategy has to work. But in reality, if we just took a step back and we just took a damn step back, stop doing what we were doing, because if you continuously do the same thing you are doing every single day, you will continuously get the same result. That's just how it works. If we took a step back, we kind of reviewed our angles, and then we took a different angle and took an unconventional approach, we would therefore get an unconventional result. But we're stuck taking conventional paths that give us conventional results. So I kind of leave you guys off with that. Take a look at what your actions are every single day, whether it's business, entrepreneurship, whether it's fitness, lifestyle, spirituality. It doesn't even matter. Take a look at what your daily inputs are, and I encourage you to switch them all up for a week. Switch everything up, turn it upside down. Take the most unique, excessive action, towards your goals. Try a different approach. If you're doing YouTube, try email. If you're doing email, try YouTube. If you're trying organic on Instagram to land clients through cold outreach on DMs, try LinkedIn. If you are not utilizing Twitter, try posting on Twitter. Try YouTube Shorts. Try cold calling. Try to mess with other paid ads. And break these beliefs that you're scared of breaking, revolving around money and putting money into paid ads and stuff. You guys view it as, this is bad, I'm wasting my money, but in reality, you're learning so much. When I was able to do this, I was able to land a lot of clients very consistently. And I will tell you that the most unconventional approaches that I have taken in my life have given me the best unconventional results. So, I'm gonna leave that off with you guys. You guys go ahead and take the action, because everything pretty much that you want is on the other side of your ego and is on the other side of taking excessive unconventional action. Hope this video helped. Catch you guys in the next one.